Just like managing light, dude.
You think, man? Just because I don't know your stupid squiggly math symbols doesn't mean I don't know anything, Pierce.
It's not true, bro.
You mean okay, if I was really, like, into math, I would be better at it than you.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Yeah.
It's just not an interest of mine. Like, I tried it, it was like, oh, this is okay.
Bro, the math in high school.
Yeah, but here's the difference between me and me. I'm mentally unstoppable. Okay? I'm operating on a whole different field than you. It's like it's like two fish, but you're a fish in a bowl and I'm in the ocean, right? But your bowl is also in the ocean. But you don't know that. That's what it's like. You can swim right out of the top. It's like the flea that doesn't jump high enough because it doesn't think it can. But you can, bro. Every floor is a new ceiling. I'm telling you. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents.
Are you recording, Spears?
That's like
there's images to listen to what I was saying.
That's a whole lot of nothing.
So is that your way of saying you have no way of responding because I just basically mentally dismantled you, or what?
Low, bro. It's literally low vibrations.
Can you expand on that?
Because how do you... Is quantum mechanics, quantum theory, it's all based in physics. And what is the foundation of physics?
What does that have anything to do with me understanding the concept, though?
Because
that's like saying, oh, I can't drive a car because I don't know how the engine works.
No, it's not.
It's
a car is trivial. Quantum mechanics is highly nuanced and complex and deserves a scientific acumen and understanding.
I can think about
which is in physics.
Did mechanics and not know math, buddy. And I can wrap my mind around it.
Yeah, but you never understand it as deeply as
the math has nothing to do with the understanding. The math is just a way, is a lens. You, I just don't use that lens. I just like look at it like this. Is it you? With your lens, and I just like this, looking above it. It's just a different way of looking. We're still watching the same movie. You just have like colorblindness. I don't know what to say.
It's like the slit experiment. It's like the slit experiment, and you're polarizing the light so that you can't see the particle when you're not looking at it through physics. So you're actually not seeing the full picture.
I think your takeaway from the split experiment is wrong.
Nope.
What do you mean, nope?
That's a nice sized striper.
Jack, what do we think?
Do you guys think the universe is locally real?
What do you mean, bro?
I think that the universe and everything it encompasses is consciousness, and the human experience is a vessel of experience, is just a vessel to experience 3D reality. Therefore, there's pieces of the universe, aka consciousness, in every human being, and we're just being played out for whatever reason. But we can tap into the other planes because obviously we are still attached to it through the collective consciousness. And they said I wasn't smart. They said I was a college dropout. Junkie mindset. Check, please. I don't know, Pierce. Do you need math to understand Plato's cave, allegory of the cave?
Any thoughts, Pierce?
No, that's a philosophical concept that's very old.
I think of quantum mechanics that way, without the math.
Well, it's literally a scientific concept. scientific concept
Yep.
needs to be viewed through physics.
Fucking divide badgers in biology.
With like what Oscar just explained.
What?
Yes. Can we get any sort of retort? This is like when I questioned Butte about having a soul, and then he was like, "I cannot comment." Turned into a fucking it broke his source code.
You doesn't know.
There's 40% of people aren't real, so and every single day that passes, I hope that you're not one of them. But you gotta decalcify your pineal gland. But anyway,
4% of people are
yeah, I'm still waiting for my response. Just filling the void. Couldn't agree more.
This is a logical debate.
You
Dude,
can't.
there was logic behind it, bro. It's literally a
Already
physics.
won. I've already won.
Quantum mechanics, physics, bro.
Already
Fundamentally, physics.
I've already won this debate.
Concept, bro. Quantum mechanics, quantum physics. It's literally got physics in the name. Physics includes math.
You're hung up on the name, and I'm talking about the universe.
Dude, you're literally using vague like statements that
what I'm saying. Big. Are you saying it's big because you just
quantum
don't?
mechanics is not like up to interpretation like philosophy. It's not like I say this is what quantum mechanics is, so this is what it is. It's literally a discipline with like
I'm just posing my view, and it seems to be really upsetting your order of things, and that's true. The way I think
saying like if you want to have more than a surface level understanding of quantum mechanics, then you need to understand the physics.
Well, the physics and the math are two different things, buddy.
Physics is literally all math.
I can do the physics in my head. Like I can understand how physics would work without doing the math. I'm sorry to say. Like I said, it's a pair of glasses to view the world, right? But I just don't have them on, okay? Because I didn't fucking wear them.
Dude, and therefore you're not going to be able to see the whole world.
Dude, I have 20/20 vision. Why would I need glasses?
You need glasses to see what is unseen.
Dude, but like again, it's you're not understanding. It's like using fucking Microsoft or Apple, all right? You're gonna have I can still accomplish the same tasks and have the same experience virtually. It's just going to be different completely, but also the same understanding and completion of the task.
Bears?
Yeah.
Give your thoughts on what he said, but I also want to touch up on the topic of the pineal gland. I want to know what your understanding of it, and I want you guys to kind of talk about that.
Dude, it's really all fake, bro. It's fake.
Why do you think it's fake, though?
It's pseudoscience, bro. The pineal
Really concerning how quick you are to dismiss things. Why aren't you open-minded to hear alternate ideas?
What is the pineal gland, Austin?
It's a gland in the brain that unlocks natural powers.
Natural powers?
Yeah. Supernatural ability.
Leo, what do you think the pineal gland is?
I'm not giving my thoughts. This is between you and Oscar.
What types of powers does it unlock, buddy?
What thoughts do I have to give?
It's not like it's mocking any, like, you're not going to fly around, but it just kind of allows for flow. Yeah, uninterrupted. As far as I understand it. To be fair, I haven't done too much research into this particular topic.
Leo just brought up pineal gland.
Are you talking out your ass, then? If you haven't really done research?
No, I have a very preliminary understanding of it,
So-
but not enough to go into
So
a
your
Joe.
primary understanding, how does that have merit to someone who's gone and learned physics from some of the most prestigious professors in the entire world, and who
Well, again,
has a stronger mathematical understanding of how physics actually works?
Well, the thing that's like I don't the math is the math. That math will be the same anyway. It doesn't matter. I could learn all the stuff Pierce is learning online if I wanted to. It doesn't matter where. The prestige has nothing to do with it. It means nothing at the end of the day. In the grand scheme of things, along with the prestige of math, right? So the knowledge is the knowledge. I could learn it anywhere. If as long as you come to the same conclusion, it doesn't really matter. But my whole argument is not that the math has no prestige, because obviously it's well respected, and it has its merits. Like got people on the moon. It accomplishes so much in the day-to-day life. But all I'm saying is, in this particular instance of the fundamental understanding of quantum theories, I don't see why I would need and require like the formulas that would go along with such knowledge. Why I can't just, but the concept of me wrapping my mind around these concepts without the math is so baffling. To me, it just seems very intuitive.
You're viewing it more from theory rather than like actual practice. Like
I'm not
to understand the underlying, let's say, current.
I'm not sitting there on a blackboard writing out equations like a fucking nerd, bro. Well, I'm just gonna think about it and maybe make some drawings.
Yeah, I'm not referring to the mathematical equations. I'm referring to the underlying. Let's say, like current, the modals, like the modalities of consciousness you're choosing to touch upon. And Pierce is mentioning a lot of physics. And what do you know about quantum physics, Pierce?
Well, I know about physics. I know like some of the math that it involves.
So let's talk about this then. So how is your math for your physics class? How does that relate to Oscar's explanation of a multimodal consciousness?
Excellent question, curator.
How does it relate to multiple modalities of consciousness? Dude, I don't know how quantum fucking mechanics, quantum physics even relates to multiple modalities of consciousness.
Well, did you understand what Oscar was saying?
Science instead of like science fiction, then like physics is the lens by which you're able to like observe and derive actual observations, actual theorems. All the insights we have about the existence of quantum physics, quantum mechanics, comes from like the scientific empirical method, which is in math. The physics is all math. The way that you actually observe any of these behaviors is with math.
Interesting. Okay. So
the reason that
how do you relate quantum physics to consciousness, Pierce? Or is there a link there?
What?
Do you choose to have a link between quantum physics and consciousness?
I mean, some people have the theory about how like consciousness is related because somehow like particles can be related like across like billions of miles in the quantum realm. Like there isn't some like overtly proven like quantum philosophy that exists. Like talking about that type of thing versus like actually like observing particles is different.
Bro,
like, there's a science behind quantum mechanics, and there's like all the people that are like, this must mean that there's like a hive mind and like a consciousness that's like indisputable due to like quantum mechanics, and that's like all speculation. That's like the esoteric, like non-scientific part of the realm of quantum physics. But the scientific aspect, which is what I'm arguing is not understandable to a deep, nuanced level without math, is like what's actually scientific and observable. Quantum computing, all the technology, all that shit is related to the scientific aspect of quantum mechanics.
So you're saying
it's science fiction, bro. Like it's not any more real than philosophy.
A background in math. So therefore, you don't understand it since you don't know the math. So I know more than you about quantum physics.
Dude, you need math to actually like understand it. So if you want to have like a deep understanding of quantum physics, then like start learning the math.
But that's all I'm positing is that's just one way of looking at it. Is the math, but you could still understand the concept of the quantum theory. Like, why don't you explain?
Oscar, would you say your explanation is more in regards to quantum theory rather than quantum physics?
Well, they kind of tie into each other, don't they?
Perhaps quantum physics being the mathematical, scientific, like, expression of your beliefs of quantum theory.
Well, I never. What I say, I never said quantum physics. I've always said quantum mechanics or quantum theory.
Dude, but if you're talking about like consciousness and stuff, like and like quantum entanglement, it's like
Ant-Man, quantum.
quantum entanglement is like only something we know about because of like our ability to like observe it with physics.
But I
So
can
like
still
the concept of like consciousness coming
research paper and the concept though without knowing the math, dickhead.
like the thing is like that concept wouldn't have ever like
But did you not?
On an auxiliary level, the consciousness had it not been for the physics behind that to like observe it.
So if I read a paper on it and just skipped the math just to understand what the takeaways were, I couldn't
You
understand.
have less of an understanding than
But I still
actually-
understand the concept, though, right?
like maybe you have a surface level understanding.
But I could still think about it deeply and then come to a conclusion and theorize on my own with that information. It would be
Which
virtual.
may or may not be accurate without the corresponding science to actually verify that like these are like
Thanks, science, but it's just math, buddy. The math is just a lens of looking at this. I'm just not using it, making you sad.
But this isn't like subjective like thing.
It doesn't. It doesn't need to be objective. I don't know why. I don't know why it does. I'm a disruptive thinker, and it's angering you.
Like it's not like up to interpretation. Like these types of
That's why it's a fucking theory, buddy. It's not proven.
How do you feel of his relation to esotericism and his usage of it to explain his understanding of consciousness? You seem to not be too big on that esoteric. You seem to call it unscientific, unproven. Do you believe esoteric principles are going to ever have a scientific link?
Not for the time being, bro.
Never really answer the question.
That was a perfect answer.
Related to time. So, with due time, you say eventually math can be expressed in a way that will mirror Oscar's understanding or Oscar's reflection of it, or perhaps not even Oscar's reflection of it or understanding, an ineffable understanding or truth that it would eventually steer us towards.
Yes, bro. Math will steer us to the ineffable truth.
You called
math, all of humanity.
You called yourself the arbiter of the ineffable truth, Pierce.
Yep.
Would you say Oscar's understanding of the ineffable truth has eclipsed yours in this discussion?
No. No.
So, let's go back on what Oscar said. So, you're choosing to dismiss it as fallacy. So, it's not only phallus, it's unscientific, it's irrational.
Logical. Fiction.
And you think...
It's fictional.
fictional.
I got you to say phallus, Leo.
Listen, Oscar, do you think Pierce doesn't understand quantum mechanics as much as you do? Or quantum theory? Due to these esoteric theories.
That's kind of what I'm trying to get at. You're so locked in on the idea of the math has to be the way I have to understand it that you're so locked in that box that you won't take the step out to look outside of it and be like, oh, I can kind of like understand this if I chose to think about it in a more off the beaten path kind of way. And the math kind of it doesn't encourage that. There's like, oh, there's a set way to do this every time. The way I'm thinking about it is more fluid, which is kind of more indicative of how the universe functions. In my opinion, it does. The universe doesn't function like this. It's very all over the place. I'm sure you could interpret it through the math and make order out of chaos, but
Chaos theory.
What led you to that conclusion?
just kind of what I've experienced throughout my life and just kind of knowledge I've picked up.
Anecdotally, and where have you received that knowledge?
Just it's hard to pinpoint a direct source because I have these. I would say some close colleagues of mine definitely were probably the main influences. And then, I went into my own research.
Judgment of peers and personal research. And that has become your prime understanding of consciousness. Can we go a bit more into the closer, who are these people who know more than the professors at Amherst?
Well, I'm not positing that they know more than these supposed math professors. I'm saying that they just think, it's like they just think in a completely different way, right? They're thinking about the same thing, just not the same way. Like, you can think about it through the math way, or you could think about it through the way I'm thinking of it. Or you could think about it completely another way I'm not thinking of. You could think it's all bull honky. And you could be very Christian and believe that mechanics are Jew science, like Hitler did. There's so many different ways to think about so many different things, and it's really hard to say who's wrong. Because this fucking world we live in is absolutely bananas crazy.
Bananas.
And to say that math is the absolute objective way of looking at reality is the most bullshit thing I've ever seen. And I can't.
Bro, I never said reality, bro.
Why can't it tie into reality?
I never said it's the objective way to look at reality. I said it's the objective way to look at quantum physics, quantum mechanics.
But that is reality, brother.
Bro, that's like one very small portion. Maybe
Yeah.
at the tiny level.
Well, there's so many other things. Quantum doesn't mean just small. There's so many other there's so many other things.
Quantum does mean small.
Right, but it doesn't just have to do with the like Quantumania, Ant-Man, Tinyland. It's all the universe, quantum computing, like you mentioned earlier.
Seems like Pierce has been at a loss of words.
All I have to say is it just seems to me that the math kind of locks you into this box of thinking. Like I was saying earlier, it doesn't encourage creative approaching problems.
Do you believe the academic style of thinking that Pierce chooses to follow has placed him in this box?
I feel like that's what Pierce chose. There was no placement. It was just instilled. It's just kind of just like anything else. just lived experience. And that's what you go for, and that's what you do. It's like fucking Serena Williams, right? The tennis player. Her and her sister, their father.
What is up with these fireworks outside my house?
You're getting shot at, buddy.
Are those guns?
Yes, you're getting robbed right now.
The battle of Dorking.
I don't know, is it Monday?
Last July 4th, buddy.
August 2nd.
Are those actual guns? I can't tell.
I don't think those sound like gunfire.
There's no way. There's actually no. It's not a fucking. Yeah, there's no way. There's actually no way. There's a fire. There's no way it's guns. Because like, what gun would that be? It's like.
I don't think I got
Straight bullet, bro.
Wait, forgot what else.
He's dead, bro. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. Rob Buffalo. Rob Buffalo.
So, thoughts from the discussion? Pierce, I want to hear your concluding thoughts. I don't think you've given this some time.
Concluding thoughts?
Yes.
Concluding thoughts?
What's your final stance on what Oscar said? Has he pushed you any further? Is he deluded?
I'm demented.
I think he's a little bit demented.
I'm a narcissist and I'm psychopathic.
There's a swastika in that photo.
Yeah, it's not not a hate symbol. It's derived from a symbol of
Symbol
Hindu,
piece.
or actually it might be Buddhist. I don't recall.
No, it was Indian.
Something. It might be Indian.
The Aryans.
Yeah, they took it.
No, the Aryan Indians. They're the original Aryans.
Well, I believe we reached an end.
I wonder if Dylan's related.
I
We've reached
don't
an end.
think any more info is going to be extracted from Pierce. It seems Oscar's willing to continue the discussion, but I don't think Pierce buys anything. I think he thinks Oscar's being weird, narcissistic, psychopathic, you know. I'm not really sure. Like, I think that was a great debate. You did great, dude. Pierce, let's be honest. You did great tonight. You did great tonight.
I wasn't even on my A game, bro.
Buddy, Oscar, you did great tonight.
Of course I did. I'm the best there ever was and the best there ever will be.
Do you think that this delusional, like, everything will go right thinking is ever gonna backfire?
I mean, it hasn't yet, so why would it now?
It never would.
Look, the first thing I started doing that before I even know and understood the concept of what I was doing. I've always said this, and I always will. Well, I always have told myself I've always been the luckiest person, right? I was showing gratitude without even realizing. Just really, everything just works out no matter what happens, even if I stumble or fall. By whatever means necessary, circumstances will work out for me. Even if it takes a long time, it'll always come around in the benefit, and it always has, and it hasn't stopped, and I haven't stopped saying that. And it could be anything. It doesn't just have to be that. It could be everything, and I don't see why you don't seize that opportunity. I think there's fireworks going off in where I am too.
What's the occasion?
I have no idea. It's got to be like some secret holiday. Who knows? God knows.
Yeah.
Secret Wars.
Well, yeah, you guys did great tonight. Pierce,
What are you, you're circus performers? What is this? Are you a ringmaster?
it's just a show. We put on a great show tonight. Guys, the chat's going crazy. They're all saying that was a great debate.
What's that?
Like, Oscar, I think you did great tonight. I think you spoke very well and very clearly about your beliefs. But I just don't know if Pierce is just open-minded like that. I think he's too contentious in his style of thinking and his patterns. I don't think he'll be able to break it. But he has no reason to believe that you're correct. I mean,
I know, it's so sad.
you know, I'm seeing you fall into the same mistakes, like the same pitfalls. Like, you always say you're the luckiest, but what about your academic career? Was that lucky for you?
How so?
Well,
What part of my academic
I'm
career?
just wondering. Like, you say you're always lucky. Like, is this academic career always like? Are you always lucky?
What aspect of my academic career are you questioning?
Well, in
specifically?
its entirety, were you lucky throughout the academic career, or do you consider leaving like was that unlucky? Was that lucky?
Well, that's the thing, right? It's all about how you end up viewing it. Like, sure, you could view things like having the COVID pandemic happen and then falling into some mental scuffle problems. But then you end up in the moment, you're like, oh, this is the worst thing ever. Why the fuck is this happening to me? But then you look at that over the scope of fucking 6 years plus, and then you're like, wow, I've gained so much insight from this. All these events have occurred because of this one thing, and I've been able to benefit and gain a perspective that someone my age rarely would get to experience, and I'm already far beyond 80% of my peers, I would say.
A fair bit appears to be beyond. I think that's great. I think you've demonstrated growth, measurable growth, measurable results. I just don't think Pierce has accepted your growth.
Yeah. It's so sad, bro. Chat, this is so sad.
So
Can we
Pierce,
please?
will you ever accept Oscar, like, for who he is?
What do you mean, bro?
Like, will you ever accept Oscar as one of yours without any reservations?
What makes you suggest that this is the case currently?
Well, you think he's narcissistic and psychopathic.
Did not say these words.
Well, I did.
Those words about you.
You said I was narcissistic and sociopathic. He's
Yes.
psychopathic.
I said
And
the
wrong.
Well, I don't know why you said that. I think you were reaching,
Woo!
but that was
Wait,
that's
scripted?
odd behavior, Pierce. I don't think that was appropriate.
Was that scripted?
Well, no, we don't script things around here. Listen,
I thought that.
That was scripted. It was scripted. It was scripted. It was scripted.
Chat, put it down.
It was scripted. It was scripted. It was all scripted.
The whole
it
thing.
wasn't
Now,
scripted.
your money
You
wants
signed
me
the
out.
contract. You signed the
Do the
contract
show again.
on
Go
the
again.
screen. You signed it on stream.
We had a secret teleprompter.
You did. It was,
Yep, Karen. Bottom on that, John.
But Pierce, so you think Oscar's stupid with what he's saying?
You're miscategorizing what I'm saying,
Well,
bro.
I'm trying to figure out. You haven't responded.
Yeah, bro.
You think
I'm
he's
not
stupid?
saying that he's stupid.
He's
That's
really
kinda what
I'm
you-
stupid.
saying that, I'm
So
saying
does
that
he
it's fooling.
understand quantum mechanics or not?
Understand it entirely without the math.
You can't do it without the math. You can't do it without the math. You can't.
Without the math.
Oscar,
can't
will
do
you
it
ever
without
be able to
the
do it without the math?
No.
I've done it without the math. I've been done it without the
He's
math.
already done it. He's already done it.
Or can you not do the math because you didn't go to school?
I choose to not do the math because it doesn't interest me. I think it's boring.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if I was interested in it, I would be better at Pearson.
Nope.
Because you don't understand, my hunger for knowledge is insane.
But not
No.
so much for academia.
And I will never be stopped in any endeavor I put my mind to. Therefore, I will always win.
Except for film.
And if it takes me a long time, I will always win in the long run.
Do you agree with that, Pierce? Does Oscar always win?
I think the house always wins.
I am the house. Thank
I rest
you.
my case.
I do rest. I am the one who knocks. But anyway, I think we should do a poll in chat and see who won the debate.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Oscar, are you heads? Or tails?
Yeah, give me heads, brother.
Nah. Yo, I won.
No, but you never said you were tails though, so
I always win. I always win. I always win.
No, but I still won though. You weren't able to. You gave up.
You took heads, bro. It was tails.
You didn't say. But you never. I said both.
Nope. It's on stream.
When it came to probability, the math chose to favor Pierce.
Wonder why.
The computer did because it wants you to stay in the matrix and listen to his fucking story. Howdy. Shotty. Fuck Google. Fuck Amazon. Did they fire out of his chick?
Yeah, he's dead. He literally hasn't moved. He hasn't moved.
He's like a CM Punk.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That was so fun. That was fun. That was fun debating Pierce.
Team Trump. Yeah, that was Trump is tiring.
How do you feel that Baron Trump is my mortal enemy?
Good, bro. He should be Mac's mortal enemy.
Why? I think it's more like Mac?
Yeah, he's more like Mac.
How?
How?
Because he looks like Mac than like you.
He does.
Yeah, but Mac's mortal enemy is himself.
How's Mac been, Oscar?
It depends. Depends who you're asking.
I'm asking you, like, how's Mac been? I haven't heard from him.
He's going back to school like a week early.
Very nice.
He has like some been talking to for a little while.
He has a
He has
girlfriend.
this sandwich place that I used to work at.
Very nice.
Still working there, making sandwiches.
Me? No. I left a
No,
long
he
time.
is.
He is. Still playing in Sammy's. They're giving him shit hours though. So I think he's gonna start working somewhere else and he's gonna go back to school. I mean, yeah, purposely seems like.
Well,
Why are
listen,
you so
chat.
dramatic?
I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. Hour and a half. Fucking great content. Have
Huge.
an amazing night, guys.